Hey y'all, it's Amanda with Tap Mom and the Bake Brigade. Welcome back to my channel. This is Vlogtember day 13. Take 2. Yes, we're back to that again. This is a boring one though because I don't have much to talk about today. I didn't really go anywhere. I didn't really do much. I worked on this beautiful business here. I got a little bit more done. They're a little bit bigger now. Yeah, that's what I've been doing today. A little bit of a tummy issue going on today, but that's par for the course. That's the first time I've had real stomach issues in about a month and a half, I guess, since I started with the new medicine. I'm not gonna get too upset about it because I've had so many good days with my stomach lately that one bad day is not gonna derail everything. I'm just super tired. It's been a week, run all week it feels like. So today I think I would just kind of run down. It was a pretty good week though. Got a lot accomplished. Oh, excuse me. Lord have mercy, burpity burp. Got a lot of good things accomplished this week. Got a sweater done, got it mailed. She's already got it. She's happy. I'm working on this other one. There might be, some more stuff going on. I'm looking forward to church tomorrow. Yes, I'm going to go back again tomorrow. And, but just don't have a whole lot going on. I wish I had some more to report to y'all, but today's just going to be a very brief hello, how you doing kind of video. I did took a shower today. There have been a couple of days that I didn't bother to do that, so sometimes you get in the groove of your crochet and you get in the zone and showers just become less important. You might skip a day. Usually not more than a day though, but I sometimes skip a day and just keep crocheting. Just keep doing what you're doing, if you're in a zone and you don't want to be bothered. But let me tell you, them dogs ran me ragged today. Maggie, she was just on one today. At one point, I just shoved her outside and closed the door. She's perfectly safe in the backyard. There's a fenced area. She's perfectly safe, but she just goes back there and just, and just like, she literally had been in 20 minutes. She'd been back in from outdoors and enjoying herself. She had been back inside maybe 20 minutes, and them dogs next door started their little stuff out there. They started barking and barking and barking, and she lifted her head. She was laid out on the floor, relaxing, being a good dog, just chillaxing. And she lifted her head up and she turned around and she looked at me like, "Gotta go outside there, mama." I'm like, "No, you do not." And she just started trotting her little self back and forth. Every time one of them would bark, she'd turn around and look at me like, "Mama, I gotta go. I gotta go bark at them. You could just see the wheels turning in her head. She's got that head going back and forth, and she's running back and forth in the house. And Mama, come on, man, come on, Mama, I gotta go. So I let her outside to do a barky round. And then I closed the door behind her and left her out there for probably almost an hour. So I left her out there for a good little while, and I got some progress made while she was out there because she wasn't bugging me. She likes to bug me. sometimes. And mainly she does that thing where she comes in for about 20 minutes and one of them will start barking and she's got to go back out. And I'm like, literally, you just came in. And it just seemed like it never fails that they come in, they get I'll get up and go let them back in, and then I'll go to the bathroom or go to the kitchen and get something or do something, and then I sit back down, and just about the time I get good in the groove of my crochet, guess what? They won't back out. And I'm like, you were fine until I picked up this crochet hook. You were doing just fine until I picked up this crochet hook, and then all of a sudden you need something. Ooh-wee. This just reminds me of when the boys were babies and toddlers, and it was always something. It was always something. If I wanted small children, if I wanted to be around small children, I'd go work at a daycare. I don't want to be around small children. I don't get me wrong, I love small children. I like to visit with small children and then leave. I don't want the responsibility of small children. Let me put it that way. I don't want to be responsible for small children. No. I've done my time. I have done my time. I am done with that. I'm okay to visit with the little people. Visit with them, spoil them, sugar them up, hand them back. Yes, I'm good with that. But prolonged responsibility to smaller children, no. No. Can't do it. Once you've done it by yourself, with no help, you really just, once you get past that point in life, you just really don't want to do that again. You just really don't want to do that again. So no. And no. And that's probably why the good Lord has not blessed me with grandchildren. That's probably why. Because He knows that I'm not up to the task. Nope. My patience is not there. I'm not up to the task of small little toddler grandchildren. Nope. I'm just not. Don't leave them with me. Don't leave them with Grandma. No. She'll be calling you when you're coming back. They need you. You need to come back. But we just left the driveway. Yeah, and you need to come back. But no, come back. Don't leave them here. Don't leave them here with me. They're looking at me funny. No. Nope. Closest thing I get is a dog. And let me tell you, Maggie is a handful. But I love her dearly. And Theodora, I am convinced, has an internal clock that tells him when it's 5 o'clock in the evening. Because that old boy, sometimes it's right on the dot at 5 o'clock. Sometimes it's 4:30. But he will walk in my room and start laying down near me when he gets close to them to get their canned dog food. Because that's what they get for dinner. They get a can of dog food each. And he knows when it's getting close to dinner time, and he will bring his pretty brown self in here and plop it in my floor and look at me like mom, that kind of situation. He doesn't say anything. Don't get me wrong, he doesn't say anything, but he looks up at me with them beautiful gold eyes of his and that bulldog expression of his that says, hey, hungry. Did you know that it was time for me to eat? You are the bringer of the food, are you not? Can you make that happen for me, please? It's dinner 30. That old boy is really good. Yes. And then he, of course, wants belly rubs afterwards. And heaven help Maggie if she gets in the way of his belly rubs, because he is not having it. But, you know, I give him his belly rubs and his rub down and his love and everything. And then I move over to do the same for Maggie, and he doesn't like that either. He's like, whoa, no. He's like, I was here first. I get belly rubs until I'm done getting belly rubs. No, little girl, I'm the senior dog here. Oh, I love them though. I love them. So much joy. So much joy. It's just a laugh a minute until it's not. But yep, that's my life. I'm a dog mom. A dog mom. But I'm all right with that. I'm happy with that. And they are a laugh a minute mostly, except for when they interrupt my crochet. Yep. By wanting to go out 10 million times a day. I think from now on though, we're just gonna put Maggie outside until she gets her belly full of it, and then we'll let her back in. Because that last when I left her outside for about an hour and then let her back in, she was pretty mellow after that. So I think she got the message that she was wanting out just a little too frequently, and that she needed to cool her heels. I think she quite understood the concept that she had pushed Mom to the limits, and that if she didn't come in and cool her heels, that that might be a new practice for her. To be pushed outside and left for an hour. Now, mind you, it was in the 80s here, so it wasn't that hot. So she was fine. And she was perfectly fine. So, and all she had to do was scratch on the door, and I would have let her back in, which she does often. She knows how to scratch at the door. Trust that. That little girl learned that trick real quick in a hurry. Theo taught her how to scratch on the door. If for whatever reason the door is pushed out too far closed and you can't nose it open, scratch at it. Yeah, he taught her how to scratch the door. And so, yeah, she knows how to scratch the door and say, hey, oh, lady, dog wanting in, scratch, scratch. Yep. She's a smart little dog, though. She's already figured out that, you know, when I'm grabbing my purse and my keys and my phone, that she needs to head to the kennel and get in it. And she'll go on and get in her kennel on her own now. So, you know, she's, you know, she learns by repetition like any other dog. But she'll go on and get in her kennel, and I'll just go close the door for her. She doesn't even try to escape it. You know, we made the kennel, you know, like they tell you to do. You know, we fed her treats while she was in the kennel and made it a positive place for her to go. So she doesn't consider the kennel a bad place to go. Like sometimes when it's just me and them here, and she wants to go chill somewhere, she'll go lay in that kennel. Of course, I do have a dog bed in the bottom of that kennel. There's a big foam dog bed right in the bottom of that kennel. So it's very comfortable in there for her. And so, oh yeah, if she just wants to go chill out and be away from everybody, she goes and hangs out in there, and she's just happy as she can be. And of course, she sees me grab my purse, keys, and phone. She immediately goes and hangs out in there and waits for me to come close the door. She's learned very well, you know. She's still a pill. She's still a handful at times, but she's learned our ways. She's learned our ways, and she's fit in just fine. If I can get her to stop biting people. I'm going to call that an isolated incident. because that's the one and only time she's ever done that. That she's full on bit someone. She's nipped fingertips before, and did it so fast that I didn't even see her do it. It was just told to me that that's what she did. But yeah, she's never full on bit anyone before. So I'll just, you know, from now on, if any new people come to the house, she goes in the kennel. Period. End of story. So we're not going to have that again. No, we're not going to risk it at all. Just no. But anyway, now that I've talked a full 15 minutes, I reckon that's a good enough video. Yeah, the sleepy and the tired have caught up with me, and now I'm just silly. But I'll let y'all go. And now I may take tomorrow off of doing videos. So if you don't see a video from me tomorrow, it's just because I'm just taking a day off. So nothing's happened to me. I know I'm doing Vlogtember and everything, but sometimes you just need to take even a day off. So if you don't see a video from me tomorrow, it's just because I took a day off. I don't know for sure that that's what I'm going to do yet or not. I'm just going to go by how I feel. So if I feel up to doing a video, and if anything happens video worthy, content worthy, then I will come and talk about it. But if you don't see one, then that just means that I'm tired and I'm resting. So and Monday I will be back. I got a doctor's appointment Monday, so, and I'm going to talk about this runny nose with the doctor and see if there's some sort of allergy medicine that he can recommend, because I'm pretty sure it's allergies. It seems to be triggered by allergies. But I mean, today hadn't been too bad with it, but yeah, I'm fairly certain it's allergies. Maybe he could just recommend a particular allergy medicine for me. But no, and I don't think it's gluten. Someone in the comments had mentioned they thought maybe it could be a gluten thing. Those little breakfast biscuits I eat are definitely gluten. They have wheat in them, and because sometimes I go long periods without the runny nose. And I would think that if it was gluten, if it was a gluten allergy and it was causing the runny nose, that my nose would run right after eating one of those little biscuits, breakfast biscuit things, and that's not happening. So it's not being triggered by gluten. I'm pretty certain that would be an immediate trigger, because Jennifer over at Cinnamon Stitches has a gluten allergy, and I've heard her talk about it, that it's almost immediate after she's ingested gluten that she feels sick, that it's within very short period of time that she's very sick. So I'm thinking, if gluten allergy is triggered that quickly, that if I was eating something gluten, and then if it was going to trigger, if the runny nose was triggered by gluten, then it should have been triggered when I ate those, because that's full of gluten. But it wasn't. It hasn't been. So I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think it's seasonal allergies, that it just because our weather is just so back and forth here, and for some reason it just seems to be heightened since the weight loss. For whatever reason, and it just it's just more so now that the weight, that since the weight loss, it's just more severe for some reason. So I'll just ask the doctor for a recommendation for allergy medicine. I think that's probably what I need to do, and go from there. A non-drowsy one, because a lot of allergy medicines like Benadryl and stuff like that make me drowsy. So I need one that I can take during the day, and that maybe I can avoid all this, because it's making I keep breaking out right under my nose too. So, and I'm sure that has something to do with using paper towels on my nose. Yeah, but rough paper towels at that. You do that enough times during the day, you get you know, raw, messed up nose. But I will be fine. I will be fine. It's only another a day and a half, and I'll see Dr. Gibson, and he'll tell me what he thinks about it. And if I'm being silly, he will tell me if it's, you know, something that there's, you know, nothing to be worried about. He'll tell me that too. So if I'm being overly worried about something that I shouldn't be. But and that happens sometimes. That happens sometimes. You know, I worry about stuff that I probably shouldn't be worried about. But, you know, I'm a woman. It's what we do. Anyway, I love y'all, and so does Jesus. And of course, please remember to adopt, don't shop. Your best friend could be waiting on you at the shelter or the rescue. And I'll see y'all very soon. Bye.